Hello and welcome to all. Who said that arbitration in sports is a man's business? Most certainly a sexist and misogynistic macho. Because today, the modern woman can be found everywhere, even officiating an exclusively male match full of testosterone. Make yourself comfortable, because today we have prepared a fabulous compilation of the 12 times the referee was a woman. Let's get started now. Women referees are not lacking in class, as the beautiful Brazilian referee Fernanda Colombo shows us so well. In a gala match featuring the best players in the Ecuadorian league, the beautiful young woman eloquently feigned a player, to say the least. Taking one of the players to the task and staring at him hard, she pretended to want to take out a cardboard, the color of which we can only try to imagine. But to the surprise of the player, who was already about to leave the pitch, the cute referee took out a handkerchief and wiped her pretty face with it. It was the only time in the history of football that such a cardboard has ever been produced, and Fernanda is living proof that it is possible to be beautiful, funny, and original at the same time. Some people will stop at nothing to get a selfie with their idols, including interrupting a great football match. This is what the young female referee did, who was shown a yellow card just so she could take a picture with a world football star. Indeed, during a friendly match organized in the city of Haifa and featuring former players from Brazil and Israel, Israeli referee Lilac Asulin was about to abuse his authority on the pitch to satisfy his selfish need. As Real's former glory had got off to a flying start with a lightning counterattack, the young referee simply interrupted him in his run, unjustifiably showing a yellow card. Kaka and the rest of the squad were unable to understand what was going on, so the young referee finally got out her smartphone and made a selfie with the Brazilian star. A very light-hearted behavior on the part of a referee, and one that will be widely decried by both the players and the Israeli public. Brazilian referee Fernanda Colombo is world famous for her beauty, but above all, for the fine feint she performed in one match, which quickly went round the world. Well, we can say that this superb referee is a regular of the buzz and viral videos, since we find her again on a video that has toured the web, and that has left no one indifferent. The scene took place during a gala match in Brazil, and you can see referee Sandro Ricci lovingly kissing Fernanda on the mouth just before kickoff. This feverish kiss did not fail to arouse the deep astonishment of the entire internet sphere, and needless to say that many envied the lucky referee. But don't think that Mrs. Colombo will kiss just anyone, because Sandro Ricci is in fact her dear and tender husband, and he probably deserved this little tenderness from the lucky referee. So, to be honest, when the referee is a woman who, on top of that, turns out to be very beautiful, the meeting can sometimes turn out to be very romantic, or even turn out to be downright cuddly. And that's exactly what happened in a gala match when the linesman, a pretty brunette, fouled former Brazilian football glory and former Girondin Denilson. The offside was certainly flagrant, but the young referee's incomparable charm melted Denilson, who was quick to take her in his arms for a long, warm embrace. She did not resist the outpouring of emotion on the pitch, however, and readily agreed to hug the former world champion. Here's a behavior we would like to see more often on the field, instead of the stupid altercations and general fighting between players. And as the song says so well, let's make love behavior. As you've already seen in pictures, some female referees know how to command respect on the pitch. And even Pierluigi Collina, with his famous piercing gaze and legendary authority, couldn't have done better. This young touchline referee shows us once again, that we should never trust appearances, and that a real lioness is hiding behind her little princess looks. The referee, with his fiery temperament, made this unlucky loser regret his gesture, as he contested his decision to raise the flag, even though it was totally justified. Decidedly, and even if some would like to prove the contrary, it would seem that it is definitely a brutal sport carved for ice cabinets, and a woman's frail body simply could not stand such harshness. A young female referee learned this lesson the hard way, as you can see in this video, taken during an amateur rugby match. The scene shows us the powerful tackle of a player against the young female referee, who immediately collapsed under the terrible blow. The young woman finally got away with a few minor concussions, but she was very lucky, as she could have literally been dislocated by the power of the impact. When the offense committed is flagrant, the match referee may only signal it and issue a card to punish, even if this card means the exclusion of a player. But not all referees are as severe, such as this young woman who was about to receive a well-deserved yellow card, but who finally desisted, creating a big mess on the pitch. The offending player had already been shown a yellow card earlier in the match, and a second would mean his exclusion from the pitch. The latter then literally implored the young referee not to do so and played his part so well that he managed to soften her up, and she did not show a card at all. Worse, she even came close to whistling a foul for simulation to the other player, which of course, almost triggered a general fight. So, when you're a football referee, you have to know how to control your feelings, otherwise it's a mess. It's well known that women hate liars, and the same rule applies to football. This female referee was filmed scolding a player who simply wanted to fake a foul in front of her own eyes. Without a shred of fair play, the sore loser even has the nerve to challenge the young referee's decision, which, as you can see, had the gift of exacerbating it to the utmost. The young woman, therefore, decided to remind this pathetic player of the elementary principles that govern football, with respect in the first place. It is clear that after this vehement lesson in morality, this simulated player will probably think twice before playing smart. This female referee that you see there had to deal with a generalized brawl for a while, instead of a football match. Indeed, following a player's injury, her teammates almost came to blows with the opposing team, and if it hadn't been for the incredible intervention of the young referee, things could have gone badly wrong. The young woman showed great control and composure, and thanks to her, spirits were finally calmed. It's really difficult to wear bras when you're a football referee and you have to run, stop suddenly, and get hit by the ball or players. If you don't believe us, just take a look at this video, and see for yourself how hard it must be for female referees. The scene, taken during a German championship match, shows us a player trying to tap the young referee's shoulder, but completely missing his target. Instead of his shoulder, the player's hand tapped towards his chest, which resulted in his bra being slipped and causing her deep discomfort. As a good player, the young female referee nevertheless took the incident with a smile, thus confirming the saying, "Grin and bear it." This pretty female touchline referee, surprised to argue with a player at fault, proves to us that appearances are often deceiving. And underneath her pretty blonde Barbie looks, there is in fact a real fury, which should not be triggered. In the face of the ranting of this player who is a very bad loser, the pretty female referee will have the last word, and the foul will indeed be whistled by the main referee. So, what do you think of these 12 videos of female referees? Which one impressed you the most? Give us your feeling in the comments. And if you liked the video, don't forget to hit a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Same time tomorrow, same channel for a new video.